We got some breaking news, bros. In a absolutely unforeseen sort of thing that could never have been foreseen, right? Nobody foresaw this. Blackouts have struck across the entirety of the Iberian Peninsula, taking down the entire power grid of Spain and Portugal. Why did it happen, bros? Oh, it's probably the Russians, right? Or maybe climate change, right? Definitely, nothing to do with switching the entire grid over to renewable energy. Nah, bruh. No. Look, renewable energy is awesome. It's sustainable and great. And look, right? If a few sort of blackouts, right, countrywide is the price that we have to pay in order to fight climate change. Well, I think it's cost worth paying, don't you? After all, right? If we don't do something, then in 5 years ago, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, 6 months from now, the world as we know it is going to be destroyed. Oh my God. So this is the live BBC update page. So we actually have some friends in Barcelona, as they say. Apparently, basically today at about 2 p.m. or something like that, all the power went off just like that, all over the Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal. There were brief outages in the south of France, and despite various people speculating as to the cause, wait, what were they saying? That it was an atmospheric phenomenon. Wait, where is it? I've got it here somewhere. Oh, for God's sake! I hate it when you load these pages and they keep updating on you. Right? You try and basically sort of get an actual thing you want to talk about, and by the time you reload it. Anyway, they said it was caused by a rare atmospheric condition, bros, right? Apparently, right, it got too hot and then it quickly got too cold. And as a result, the entire power grid went down. Okay. That sounds very, very fucking reliable. Then they said it was it was maybe a cyber attack. Maybe they can just blame the Russians. However, the Spanish El Presidente or Prime Minister or whatever, basically said that they don't really know what actually caused it. For God's sake. Thanks a lot, BBC. You suck. Here we go. This is Pedro Sanchez, Pedro Taco Sanchez. Basically, so look, they restored some power, according to our sort of roving reporters on the ground in Barcelona. Power to the mobile networks went up first. This sort of proves something that I was saying for a while, that mobile phone masts have now become the most critical part of modern infrastructure, right? They'll put those up first before trains, before anything else, because without them, the government is completely blind. Here we can see, this is the grid. Look at this. Everything's going on. Woomph. My God, right? I believe we have another super chat. We got $5 from MK. Thank you very, very much, MK. Let me see. Where's a fucking Thank you, MK. I appreciate it. Yes, the art is great. I like her rifle. It's a lot like a Steyr Scout. I'll have to look that up. Just FYI, Midjourney is really, really variable when it comes to genning guns. Some you get, it's got no magazine. Some you get the stocks way up past the shoulder, and it's holding it one of those gun fail videos or something like that. Many gens went into getting that. I'm glad you enjoy it, bros. Yes, so as you can see, the power is just right. What could it have been caused by? Definitely a cyber attack. Oh no, wait. Spain. This is from April 22nd, bro. So literally less than a week ago. In a new first, Spain's grid ran entirely on renewable energy. Wow, bros. Wow. So progressive. So sustainable. We have successfully reimagined the power grid, and now the whole thing like fucking dies. Oh my god, I can't freaking believe this. I mean, I can, obviously, right? Like, everyone's been fucking saying that this is going to be a thing. The real question is, now that these blackouts are actually starting to happen for real, and this is a really bad one, right? Like this affected like tons and tons of stuff, right? This is going to cost billions and billions of dollars, right? Will this finally get them to start like rolling back on net zero? My prediction is that they probably won't. They'll just be like, oh, look, it's fine, right? Like, it's totally like a once in a 1,000 year thing. Then it'll happen again, right? And they'll be like, no, it's probably like, just a 2 in a 1,000 year thing. These just randomly happen, very close together. I don't know, maybe the third time they'll be like, maybe we should rethink this net zero thing. So yes, before the outage hit, Spain was running its grid with very little dispatchable spinning generation and therefore not much inertia. I'm not really sure what that means, not being an energy expert. 78% solar, 11.5% nuclear. They still have nuclear power stations. Oh my god, they should shut those down immediately. Don't you know nuclear is very, very dangerous? Cogeneration 5%, I don't know what that means. And 3% gas fire, they should shut that down as well. Gas is very, very harmful to the climate, don't you know? And apparently this left them with about 3% headroom. Great. It's fine. It's fine. So yes, Zero Hedge sort of hits the nail on the head here. 6 days after celebrating 100% renewable power, Spain blames rare atmospheric phenomenon for nation's largest blackout in history. Yeah, that rare atmospheric phenomena. Texas Man, good to see you. Yes, look, Texas Man, I don't doubt that your solar-powered deer feeders are, like, awesome. But it's hardly critical infrastructure, is it? Right? Like, it's not like you're running, hospitals off your deer feeders, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm sure solar has its place, but you really need, like, a reliable baseload, something like, I don't know, nuclear, maybe, right? Nuclear is very, very green. There's no carbon emission from nuclear, right? 6 days ago, the media celebrated a significant milestone. Spain's national grid operated entirely on renewable energy for the first time during a weekday. And then at 12:35 p.m. today, local time, the lights went out across Spain and Portugal and parts of France. As Michael Schellenberger wrote at Public, let's have a look at what's Schellenberger got to say. Over-reliance on renewables behind catastrophic blackouts in Spain. Oh my God! Look, just one country, 2 countries, 3 countries get blacked out, right? And look at the far right, right? Coming out, exploiting this tragedy, right? Attacking net zero. Oh my God, do they have no shame, right? Fucking hell. Oh my God. Full short, the EU is run by narcissistic sociopaths. They are wrong about so much, yet do so much damage in their pursuits. The damage is the point, full short, right? They're just pretending to be stupid. It's entirely intentional. It's entirely intentional. You need to study more Marxism, mate, right? If you study more Marxism, you would realize, right, how the degradation of society leads to the collection and generation of revolutionary energy, unlike actual energy that will, power like countries and stuff like that, right? Yeah, in an instant, everything got fired. Oh, this post is for paid subscribe. Oh, well, screw you then, Schellenberger. So yes, none of this should have been a surprise. It wasn't. The underlying physics had been understood for years, and the specific vulnerabilities had been spelled out repeatedly in technical warnings that policymakers ignored. As countries replaced heavy spinning plants with lightweight inverter-based generation, the grid became faster, lighter, and far more sensitive to disruptions. That basic physical reality was spelled out in public warnings as far back as 2017. Although political leaders promised that renewable energy would provide stable, affordable power, in practice, Spain grew more reliant on the remaining nuclear and natural gas plants to sustain inertia, even as the government pushes them to close. Yeah, it's basically the same all over Europe, right? The American mind literally cannot comprehend, the awesome state of things here. see, that's why the Americans are backward, bros, right? They cannot comprehend, right? The sustainable, and inclusive, right, and reimagined future of literally entire countries being like blacked out, right? In America, they get blackouts from like storms and stuff like that. But, that's kind of, I think that's acceptable, right? Like the time that Texas got that fucking snowstorm and like everywhere froze. Despite all these warnings, or perhaps because of them, political and regulatory energy in Europe remained focused on accelerating renewable deployment, not upgrading the grid's basic stability. In Spain, solar generation continued to climb rapidly in 2023 and 2024. They're also having problems, by the way. I'm not sure if I've got this article up, but the net zero creep Red Miliband, right? One of his things to electrify the UK is to build these like massive cables. They're trying to like build one between like England and Scotland for reasons, right? But they can't because there's like a massive shortage of high voltage cable and electricity generation equipment all over the world, presumably because, everywhere in Europe is trying to do this shit at once, number one. And number two, they've been sending all this electrical equipment to Ukraine, where it promptly gets bombed by the Russians. It's fine, right? That's the problem with the far right. You're just so negative, bros, right? You're just so negative. Sure. Hundreds of thousands of you may die, right? But think of all the people that would die, right? Like if the earth was a couple of degrees hotter, right? Like shut your mouth, you far right bigots. I can't believe I have to listen to this. Oh my God. So yes, the economic damage is going to be fucking brutal, right? Estimated losses just for subways and airlines is 150 million a day. Commerce, 150 to 300 million. Tourism, another 50 million to 100 million. They had to halt the Madrid Open. They literally had like the Madrid Open was going on and they had to like halt it mid-game because, oh my God, we've got no power. Because you're not a first world country, right? Like, I'm sorry, okay, right? Like one of the things of being able to call yourself a first world country is that you have reliable power, right? We're still a first world country. Yeah, fucking like whisper it in the dark, motherfucker, right? Like, oh my God. Healthcare disruptions, 5 to 10 million. It's going to be like, 100, 200 million across the affected countries, just affecting GDP. Another 100 to 200 million for insurance payouts, plus another hundreds of millions to fix the grid. They reckon it might be up to like $1 billion, just for this one day. It might be more, right? Like who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows, right? They'll work it out. Right, we got a bunch of footage. Check it out, bros. Now, some people in the chat are making a very, very good comment. What happens to all the new and inclusive Europeans when it gets dark, which should be soon? Will there be looting? The fact that they have the mobile networks back up means that they can coordinate police responses, but I suspect there may be a little looting tonight, a lootlet, for the best possible reasons, right? They're just trying to get food and stuff, bro, right? This a bunch of people who like basically had to evacuate the subway. Not a serious country. This is fucking insane. Look at this shit.
La estación está con el alumbrado de emergencia y no hay parece haber una gran solución a la vista. Así que vamos a salir de la estación.
Yes, as Sadie's is saying, imagine being caught in an elevator with a bunch full of strangers. Yes, it is a good setup for a short story. Wait, what else we got here? All the traffic lights are out. As you can see, chaos that looks like Madrid, I think. Fucking, my God, honestly. This literally looks like the start of Cloverfield. If you guys remember that movie, that was a fucking great movie. I really enjoyed it. I should rewatch that. Yeah, our friends in Barcelona were like, oh, we thought it was the start of a Black Mirror episode. And look at this shit. Everything's just gone dark. There's also footage of like people, I don't have it, like just, you know, they're on like a cross-country train, like out in literally the middle of nowhere, and the train just dies, right? The doors like spring open automatically, and they're all just like milling around in the middle of nowhere being like, you know, it's fine, bros, right? American mind just cannot comprehend the beauty of the European subcontinent.